What's up, everybody? Big Herc, fresh out here with another dope interview. I got the homie Garchild from Gardena. You know what I'm saying? A real motherfucking G right here. He's going to tell his story, kind of give you guys some insight on what he's been through, where he's from, and how this all came about. Garchild, go ahead and take it away, homie.
My name is Garchild from Gardena. You know, I grew up in Shotgun, man. Gardena, 139th and Van Ness, Raleigh Park, all over there. Those that are familiar with it can identify. However, man, I'm here on the show, man, talking to Big Herc, man, letting know my story, you know, how I ended up in prison, the things I went through, and where I learned from it, and how it helped shape my life, man. I'm just here, you know, to try to pass some wisdom down to some youngsters that might, you know, been to prison or in prison, watching it, whenever, you know, you might see it. But I got a little words for you, you know, try to like help you get through it or share my experience with y'all.
And so, you know, for those who aren't familiar with Gardena or Shotgun, how, you know, what was it like growing up in your, you know, during your time as a youngster? You know, what's some of the things that you went through?
Well, some of the things I went through, man, Gardena, those not familiar with it, Gardena is, you know, considered like a middle class community, man. You know, you got, you know, different sides of it, you know, different parts. People in Gardena, you know, experience different things because we all, you know, contribute in different ways. But I grew with my mom. My mom had me young, you know, at a young age, man. You know, she was a young teenage mother, man. My father, you know, he wasn't really around, you know, for whatever reason, you know, passed or whatever. My mom raised me young, my grandma, my aunties. I grew up in the hood, gang banging. I looked up and idolized all the Crips in the set. My daddy was from the set, and I wanted to be just like my pops, you know. They call me Sandman Jr. from the hood, and I'm trying to be all I can be, man. I learned from everything from my older homies in the turf. I always want to be like them. I idolized them, want to get, you know, be about my cripping, man. I want to be about my money, man. You know, they inspired me, so I want to inspire too. But the generations didn't change, so I want to contribute, you know, to the next generation how to contribute to mine, you know. But
that's right.
That's all I'm trying to do and show them a better way, man. That's it. But
so what was the incident that led to you actually getting a time, man? I mean, you know, getting caught up in the system.
Okay, me getting caught up in the system, man, wasn't really even gang related, man. It was just related to me growing up, you know, my mom being a single mother, man, and I seen her struggle and try to make it, and I wasn't really trying to be that much as a burden. And, you know, you're not having your father or, you know, no uncle or no grandfather that's immediately there showing you the way. You lack understanding, so you try to seek other ways, you know, to get money, man. And I went to prison for armed robbery, you know, and that's what I did. You know, I don't regret it. I learned a lot from it, man, and, you know, it was a lifestyle I chose to live, man, and I made a mistake, and I was a minus that I turned to a plus now, man, but I went to prison, man, just, you know, trying to get this money, man.
Could you kind of describe what was the court process like at the time when you know, caught this case, and like how old were you?
When I caught this case, man, I was 19 going on 20, man, and I was totally oblivious, man, to the court system, man. I had no understanding about the laws, the 10-20 gun law I got caught up in. I didn't understand the 3-strike law, man. It was hell for me, my family, my loved ones that did support me going through it. You know, yeah, it was crazy, man. I went to court for about 18 months, man. The canteen, the phone bills, man, the stress, the lawyers, the public defenders, man, you know, the people in your family dying, your aunties, your cousins, your brothers and sisters growing up, man, you can't be involved, and you see that you being gone, how big your absence contribute to your family. You know, that's one of the biggest things I learned from going through my experience, for sure.
So after you got sentenced, where'd they send you to go do your time? Where you get designated to?
When I got sentenced, man, it seemed to Centinela, man. Centinela is where I started off, man. I think Centinela is one of the only yards right now that ain't got no PC, from my understanding.
Oh, wow.
But I started off there, Centinela, what, B yard? Yeah, B yard. I started off there, man.
Okay.
That's level 3. I stayed up there for about 3 or 4 years on that yard, you know, and I went to, I transferred to Jamestown, to fire camp. I've been to Chino. I've been to Lancaster, man, on ball ups. I've been to Donovan, Delano, you know, I've been a lot of places.
Yeah, you did the merry-go-round.
I did 10 years, man, so
wow.
I was up north, down south, you know, getting balled up, going to the hole, coming back, getting reinstated, going to see, you know, this, man, the whole thing, man, the whole prison system.
That's
man.
crazy. I was in fire camp, man.
yeah, I did 7 behind the wall. I did my last 3 in fire camp, man.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
So what was like some of the craziest things you've seen while you're in there? I mean, because we always get these people with these, hey, Big Herc, tell some stories and this and that. I said, well, man, everybody's got a different experience,
Exactly. And what stood out to him the most, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand. Some of the craziest thing I ever seen in prison, man. Well, one of the biggest things I did learn in prison is about respect. You can't put no limitation on respect. What's big or what's small, or don't respect this because it's this small, it's so the can don't matter. You're gonna learn respect. That's the biggest thing I learned. If it ain't yours, don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? If it don't belong to you, you shouldn't touch it. Don't be, your word is your bond, man. We all the same here. We got the same outfit on, got the same canteen. So your word and your character is really what you judge off of. So that's one of the biggest things that I learned. But what stood out to most, to me, that was crazy, man, just the racial riots, the water fountain, and, everything was segregated, and, it was a culture shock for me coming from, from Gardena, coming from the streets, and, banging and shit, and you come to jail and you see your so-called enemies, man, and y'all supposed to be beefing, y'all come together, and then you just whole different type of politic, man, and it stood out to me, man. It was crazy, so after all I do that adjustment thing, man, but... you hear stereotype stuff like people getting raped and people doing this and robbed. That stuff happen. That happened on the street too, but that didn't stand out the most to me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That didn't stand out the most to me because people's on the street doing that, But it just, respect, man. The level of respect I learned, that's what stood out the most to me.
Was there an incident in particular that you seen that, an average person would have thought, oh, it's no big deal, but you seen how somebody got their wig split?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I seen people, get their wig split over a chili with no beans, 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Over 2 chili with no beans, man. You playing with somebody, you disrespecting them. You owe them 2 chilies, you didn't give them to them. Third draw went by, you said next month, you still ain't pay him. And this dude came
2 chilies.
And bone crushed him. Came and seen about him. Over 2 chilies. So I learned there, like, you can't play with nobody, man. I don't care if it's small, if it's big. Don't underestimate nobody, level of respect, or underestimate what's big or small to the next man, because, 2 chilies ain't nothing to me and you, but to this dude, ain't everything. His grandma sending them 2 chilies. Now she passed. He emotionally attached to these 2 chilies. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no level, of understanding of respect, man. So it just, that stood out. You tripping over 2 chilies? Yeah, I'm tripping over 2 chilies.
Wow.
That's the years
That's somebody's life, yeah.
That's somebody's life, man. As the years went by, man, I understood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because my family sent me things, and I no longer talk to them, or it meant everything when somebody sent me a package. My little cousin, he had a little job. He sent the same file a pack. I meant everything to me. So I dare you to disrespect anything that came in this package. I'm going to trip. My level of respect is different.
Wow.
So that's what stood out to me the most. One of the biggest things.
What did you do to pass most of your time while you were inside? I mean, you sound very well spoken. Did you do a lot of reading? Did you, what'd you do as far as activities wise? What'd you do for your, to make your time go by?
That's one of the biggest things I want to talk about, man, because when I got 10 years, I was ignorant. I was fighting it. I was fighting the time. I can't do 10 years. Oh, car's going to be flying when I get out, man. I'm going to lose all my clothes, my girls, man. My mom and them going to move. My brothers is going to be grown. So I was like I said, a culture shock, man. But when I accepted the time, I had to figure out, okay, this is where I'm gonna be. I gotta make this shit work for me, man. I've been robbing, I've been gangbanging, I've been selling weed, I've been selling dope. I gotta figure something out, cause I can't come back to this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta figure something out. So one day, man, this dude named Will see me walking by in the pen. He was like, man, come here, young. He sat me down, he talked to me, man. He was like, man, something special about you, got a special glow. You need to, what you in here for? I'm in here for armed robbery, man. He was like, damn, what you wanted? He gave me a piece of paper. He told me, write everything down you want, man. I wrote, man, I want a car, I want a low rider, a boat, I want a roller, I want this. He's like, saw? I was like, yeah, man. He was like, that ain't shit, man. I can teach you how to get that. And I said, is that right? And then what I lacked is financial education. I didn't have no financial education. My mama had me so young, she didn't really get to sit down and really have nobody to teach me, about banks, credit, IRA accounts and things like that. I had no financial education at all. But this dude named Will, man, he had life, man. He planted the seed in my head, man, told me, man, this is how money work. This shit right here, this is how you get it. So I said, damn, man, I gotta read. I see why people say go to school. I see why that, and I understood. So I had to attack my ignorance right there. Then I start reading, man. I start learning about the ways of the world, man. I didn't know shit before I went to prison. You know what I'm saying? So I really thank God I went to prison, man, because prison really helped me attack my ignorance, man. It really saved my life, to be honest with you. Wow. So I don't regret it, man. I just wish I went a different way about getting money. So that's why I want to pass the information down to the youngsters, let them know, man, it's a different way. It's
You,
different,
you
but-
know, it's crazy when you talk about like who, you know, you found as far as a mentor, because
Right.
I talk about that too. I mean, I didn't have no father figure. My mom had me. She was young, man,
Yeah.
14.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? So it's like,
exactly.
you know, we
15.
running around. I'm running around. I'm doing the same shit. I'm repping the hood.
Right.
You know, selling weed, selling dope. You know, doing all kind of bullshit.
Right.
But to find a father figure, or whether you call it a mentor, or somebody to kind of lace you in there, and then a lot of time these guys are doing all this time, man.
I know.
It's
man.
crazy,
Yeah,
man. Because
life,
like
man.
good dudes, man, but they got all this time, and it's like,
know.
damn, you know, this guy's he's never gonna see the streets.
Never gonna see the streets, man.
You know, that's just like it's really deep, you know. And I always tell these youngsters out there, man, like, you know, take advantage if you have someone in your life that can give you, you know, some type
Some
of
understanding,
man.
man. Don't take it for granted. That's the biggest thing I see. I notice, man. I see dudes, they got their mothers and their daddies, they married, their mom working, got a job, got cars, and they be mad running with dudes. I'm like, listen, man. Everything you need is right there in that house. Your daddy got all the understanding you need about cars, about money, financial understanding. Do not take that for granted, man, because they always gonna be here. I hate that I have to go to prison to get this understanding. You know what I'm saying? And even though I had people around me, man, people did try to plant seeds in my head. I had aunties and, you know, grandmothers and people in the community that did tell me what to do. But they didn't really show me. I don't fault them. It's not everybody, you know, responsibility, but they said take a village to raise a kid.
That's
but
right.
at the same time, man, I had to be shown. And my understanding, I had to sit down and I had to understand myself. You got to be in yourself. You got to want to do it yourself. And I took myself and I learned, man, and I read and I wrote and I educated and wrote in school, and I attacked my ignorance, man, and that's what led to I'm living now.
Good shit, man.
Yeah.
So as you got closer to your release date, man, what are some of the things you did to prepare yourself so when you got out?
Some of the things I did, man, like I said, I attacked my ignorance, man. I started reading books. And I read a book by Napoleon Hill, man, called Think and Grow Rich, man.
I got that same book.
That's one of my books I read, man. I
got that
read,
same
you
book.
know, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, man. I think about Ralph Fuzak, something like that. I'm not quite sure.
Robert Kiyosaki, something like that.
Something like that, man. But I read a lot of books, man. I read a lot of millionaire books, man. A lot of, you know, entrepreneur books, man. And a lot of things they told me. And what I got from the books was come up with goal sheets, man. So I used to get magazines, man, double XLs, entrepreneur, boat magazines, car magazines, and I used to cut them out, man.
I did the same
and
shit.
I used to come with,
Vision board.
I used to come with a vision board,
Yep.
man. I used to set up in my bunk, man, listen to my headphones,
Yep.
listen to my pictures, man.
Yep.
And I used to look and visualize and see, you know, I need to write things down. I need to give me a clothing line. How you do that? I got to give me a DBA, man. I got to go to the bank. And I started just coming up with a kit and a program, man. And I got the information about everything I wanted to do, man, from credit to bank, you know, the cars, you know, what people wanted, what they was requirement for buying a house, a car, and I just learned. And I came home and I just started applying. I got about 50 no's, you know, but I got 3 or 4 yeses, and that's all I needed was 3 or 4 yeses, and you know, I kept going, man. But these books, man, the information was in the book, man. It was gold sheets. So as I got closer and closer to the house, I just laid everything down, man, and drew stuff up, came up with ideas, man, and just prepared myself, man. And I treated myself as though I was rich already. You know, the money out there, man, act like I was already rich. So I had, everything was there. So I conducted myself as though I already had everything I desired. So I learned that people will treat you how you treat yourself. So when I was in prison, man, I had all my shit laid out like I was the biz, like a professional. And people started treating me like that. You know what I'm saying? Then I learned. And I said, okay, it's all about how you treat yourself. So I started doing that, man, and it worked for me, man. So when I came home, you know, I got me a startup kit. I got me a little oil refinery job for about, 7, 8 months, you know, on and off. And then I went and got the bank account. Then I went and got the secured credit card, man. Everything I learned from prison, you know. And I took that check and deposited in my account, showed money coming through, man. Then I went and got my DBA, man, and then I just started growing, you know, and trying to figure it out, man. But the thing is, I wanted this, so I did everything I need to do to have this, man. So I prepared myself by reading books, a board. I didn't go at the peanut table all day. I wasn't playing chess all day. I had that type of time. You know what I'm saying? It was do or die, man. I had to make sure that when I got out, that I knew what I was gonna do, because I didn't have a lot of places to go when I came home. I paroled to my auntie house on my daddy's side. My grandfather had passed, and he had passed in the house, and she didn't want to go in the room, man. So she said, I don't want to go in there. I said, you know what? I've been plenty of cells, dorms with dudes from down on bunks. That don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Wow.
go in there and clean it.
Yeah.
Did everything, got everything together, got his clothes, gathered them, packed them, you know, moved
Wow.
them to the side, and I started from there like I was in the pen. You know, stacked in my cosmetics, got everything together.
Yeah.
My oil refinery job, got the bank, and I started putting my kit together, man. And
Wow.
I've been going ever since. But books, man, and visualizing it and believing it, you know, that's how I got myself prepared for the streets.
Man, that's deep, man, because I used to do the exact same thing, man. I had a vision board, and I had pictures of like yachts, and I used to read Fortune magazine, and I'd read like the Wall Street Journal and all this different stuff,
People
man.
used to laugh
And
at
people
me,
used to
though,
look,
man.
you know, Rob Report.
All
They
that
like, oh,
fuck,
you think
yeah.
you gonna own that? Dudes get
All
mad,
that,
almost
all
want to
that.
fight me because
Man,
I was doing
all
my
that,
thing,
I
man.
had all the
But
envy
it's like,
and jealousy, man. I
yeah,
went through
man.
all of that, man. I was like, damn, it's just the thoughts, the idea. You mad? I used to call them the thought police.
Yeah, exactly.
You a
Thought police.
Like, you hating on my thoughts? This is
Wow.
my idea. This
Yes,
is mine.
yeah.
You don't think I could drive a Lamborghini? I'm not saying I'm gonna have it in one day.
Exactly,
but everything
exactly,
out of one
exactly.
desire I done. I done drove
Yeah.
Mazda, Lamborghinis. I done owned Benzes, Beamers. I had fucking Range Rovers. All this shit is just credit
That's right.
in money. It's just
That's right.
paperwork.
That's
It-
right.
it's-
That's
you know,
right.
it's not hard to get. You know, so it's just applying yourself, man. It's just applying yourself, man, and don't take nothing for granted. And I learned from doing time, take every square inch around you, advantage of it. Don't think nothing. You got to use everything, every socket, every screw, every bolt, everything. Don't count nothing out, man. Don't take advantage of everything around you, man. That's how I learned. I know how to, you know, hunker down, man, in jail, wherever I'm at, and take advantage of the land, live off the land. So, and I learned that, man.
Would you say that mental thought is actually bigger than actually materialism? Because I tell people, like, somebody can give you $100, but mentally, if you can see yourself being a billionaire, eventually the thoughts and stuff will come, because a lot of people think poor. But that's why they're not successful. They have a poor person's mentality.
It first comes from this, man. And
That's right.
One of the books I read, man, by Elijah Muhammad was Message to the Black Man, and he was saying how to change your life is to first change the way you think. Because everything in existence comes from your thought first. Before you act, you think. So if you change the way you think, man, your life gonna change. And I changed the way I think, man, and my life changed, man. And I got that gem from that book, man. I suggest people read it too, man. But I got that from there, man. It's all about your thoughts, man. All about your
So you said, what was one of the first things you did when you got out? I know you said you had to make your transition, but what are some of the things, like, once you got out, that you kind of immediately put into place?
What I immediately put in place, man, was a bank account, a driver license, and some rubber wheels. Them the three things I know I needed, man. Was a car, driver license, bank account, and a phone. Them three things, four things I needed, and I completed them. You know, after I got to, I went to the DMV, man. No, I take that back. Or did I? No, I did go to the DMV. I went to the DMV and I got my driver license being renewed. I got it renewed. I took the printout. I went to the bank and I tried to get a bank account with that printout. She wouldn't let me do it. So my homie named Roderick, my homie Roger Jones, he got me a job, man, at the oil refinery, and they gave me an ID. So when they gave me the ID at the oil refinery, I went, took the class in the PP&E class. I took all the identification with my printout, and I went to the bank and said, "Ma'am, can you please let me get a bank account?" I told them I was throwing fresh out of prison. You see, my record ain't got nothing, but I had to secure that bank account to get my financial status going. Because once I learned how money moved, man, I said, okay, I got to get this established, this credit, this bank. This is what's important. That's one of the first things I did, man. That's what meant everything to me. My driver license, bank account, a cell phone, and, a car.
What was one of the biggest things you think making a transition back into society? I know for me, like technology, social media, things have changed so much. What was one of the biggest things that you saw as you got out?
One of the things you named, man, the cell phone, man. Everything. Before I went to prison, I went to prison for armed robbery, and it was less security. What I did, 2000, 2001, you couldn't do that in today's world. You can't, but man, the chances you get caught is high.
Yeah.
We didn't have people running around with cell phones recording,
filming everything.
Wasn't filming nothing. It was the old VCH, man. You take, do your thing, man. But now you got cameras on every corner, man. You got technology everywhere. And it's different, man, because it was a culture shock, man, because the kids 14, 15 got technology and ways of educating themselves, making money in ways I didn't have when I was 14 and 15.
That's right.
We couldn't Google stuff, and we couldn't come up with a brand or come up with something and get popular and make money off of your bedroom. We couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's different outlets now. So when I seen that, I said, oh, that's all capitalization, man. So I got to figure out a way to market myself, to figure out a way to get myself out there, man, off this technology. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the biggest things that I noticed, and it was hard for me to adjust to. Is that technology was on every corner, man.
Yeah, that's always a big. I tell people it's a big thing because it changes so fast.
It do,
You
man.
know, technology moves so fast. So what you know, we see you have like some hats and some clothing items. Like, what are you doing now, like business wise? Because a lot of people always like, you know, Big Herc, you always talking about being an entrepreneur. You know,
Right,
how do you go
right,
about
right,
doing this, or what are
right.
some of the things I can do?
Right.
You know.
Okay. Well, this is one of my sellers, my number one sellers right here. This is some socks I created for my city, man. I'm from Gardena, like I say. Some people familiar with it, some not. But I just want to come up with something, man, that everybody in my community, man, can identify with. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to be, you know, a singer. You don't have to be an actor, nothing. Just be from Gardena, man, and just be motivated, you know. And I came up with these socks, and I did a census, and the city of Gardena got 58,000 people living in there. So I told myself, you know, if I can get 10% of the city of Gardena give me $20, I can make 116,000 right in my own city. And I'm gonna give 10% of that back. Cause I'm trying to get 10% of the community, which is 5,800 people. If they give me $20 a piece, I have 116, but I'm gonna give 10% of that back to the community. The schools come with basketballs, computers, and sports equipment. I want to go up there and talk to them about things I went through. Gardena High, I put some of the, you know, the monuments in Gardena and some of the spots in Gardena that's hot, man. I want to just tell my story and live my lifestyle and let people know, man, that, you know, no matter how you started, no matter if you got a mom, no dad, no background, it's on you, man. Don't make an excuse. It's on you. It's what you want. We don't want to hear no excuse. Don't feel sorry for yourself. The world ain't gonna feel sorry for you.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So you can't feel sorry for yourself, man. You gotta keep going and stay motivated, man. But this right here is one of my biggest sellers, man, and I'm just pushing throughout the city, man, and I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay, and I appreciate everybody supporting me, man. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it, man. And I'm still going. 50 Cent came out with a movie, man, called Den of the Thieves. You seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
You ain't seen it. It's a big movie, man. He put Gardena in it, man. He put the casino
Oh,
in
wow.
it and everything.
Okay.
And it's big, man. You know, for me in my city.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
For me in my city, it's big for us, man. I appreciate it, but I just want to get back to the community, man. Be part of the community, you know, let everybody know, man. You know, you ain't got to be a rapper or a dancer or singer. You could just be a real motherfucker about some real shit. You just want to just pass some real shit down. You know what I'm saying? And my Gardena motivated me to be who I am, man. So I'm trying to motivate my city back and get back. And
That's
give
good.
something to
Inspiring youngsters out there,
youngsters, man. Yeah.
So you got hats.
I got hats, I got beanies, I got socks.
Okay.
You know, I'm coming out with a new clothing line, you know, called Guard Yourself. You know, Garchild is my name, but it's hard for people to really, you know, want to wear that, represent that, because it say your name. So I have to come up with different concepts. So Guard Yourself, meaning, you know, if you having a problem in your life, anybody, you never did what a Gardena do, you know, come holler at me, guard yourself. Come guard yourself, man. You know, you want to be better, you want to level up, come guard yourself. It's a lifestyle, you know, so that's what I'm pitching, that's what I'm pitching, that's what I'm teaching, I'm living it, man. So I'm just trying to lead by example and show the youngsters, man. I just sell dope, sell weed, but now I'm selling socks. Same concept.
Same concept. But flip the script,
man.
though.
I flip the script.
That's
you know,
right.
I pay my tax to the IRS, man. I do everything by the script, and I want to teach this. Somebody taught me. This is one of the biggest things I learned, you know, how to, you know, financially secure yourself, come with a business, man, pay your taxes, man, and be an entrepreneur, you know. I created all this in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? 4 more years, man. Ain't no telling where I'll be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna stop.
That's
And
right.
I just want to be motivate and inspire these youngsters, let them know, man, you know, it's other ways.
And what would be some of the things you would tell some of these guys out here now who, like, you know, look up to, like, these rappers that are doing, you know, dumb shit, man, or, you know, talking about, oh, Rico and this and that. I mean, what would you tell some of them dudes, man, as far as advice?
My advice was, I'll say that, I say it all the time, man, don't get caught up in, you gotta know the difference between reality and entertainment. Some dudes do things for entertainment purposes, and some people, you know, really doing things for reality. You know, a lot of rappers, a majority of some rappers never really been through things in life. I mean, you know, a lot of people been shot, some people been in jail, but it affect people in different ways, you know, and some people understand that entertainment is entertainment. But, you know, everything got a up and down side. Don't just be, you know, fascinated just with the upside. You know, people got their cars, their jewelry, and they saying they gang banging, they rapping, that's cool, man, but it's a flip side, you know. They don't really exploit, you know, the downside of, you know, when you in jail, nobody writing you, sending you no money, man. Or, you know, when your homie died, your brother died, nobody got no money for you. You know, for your funeral, nobody give no money for your baby mama, for your kids. You know, nobody helping your mama when you go to jail, your brother, your sister. You know, it's things that the game they're not explaining. You know what I'm saying? Things they missing, you know, but they too just blinded by it, infatuated by the cars and the jewelry and everything. So that's why when you on that platform, man, you're a rapper, it's on you, man. You're accountable. Cause once you know better, you got to do better. If you know better, man, and when you get that platform and you get the light in the cars and everything, you got to try to pump positivity to the world. You got to be able to build your blessings, man. You got to be able to keep the positivity going, man, and let them understand there's a difference between entertainment and reality. You got to let them know that, man. That's the biggest thing the youngsters need to understand, that there's a difference between entertainment and reality.
That's right. That's real game right there. I be trying to tell them all the time, man, because it's like, it shit seems glamorous, but you get up in there your first year or two, you think it's a party, and you got to do like 10, 15, 20 more. You're going to be thinking twice when ain't nobody coming to see your ass.
Right. It's hidden laws, man, that y'all youngsters need to learn about, man. It's hidden laws, man. 10, 20 gun laws, man, and 3 strike laws, and they don't care how, it's your first time in jail. They don't care if your preacher writes you a letter. They don't care if you had a job. They don't care, none of that. If you break the law, you're going to be punished, man. And you better know your laws before you break them. They ain't going to feel sorry for you, man. So, think smart, man. Don't think it's my first time, they going to give me a slap on the wrist. Nah, they got laws that's passing every day that y'all totally oblivious to because y'all listening to rap and these rappers ain't explaining them to you. You know what I'm saying? So y'all better understand, man, that there's some laws out here that'll sit you down for the rest of your life. Or a kidnap, that's 209. I move you from here to here, that's 209, 25 to life. I got charged with kidnap robbery. I didn't know nothing about 209, 5 feet. I take you here, you charge me for life. Nah, that's a law I need to learn about. You false imprisoned somebody 207, moving out against their will, they gonna bust your ass to the Mississippi white meat. So you better know your laws, man, before you break them. If not, you gonna pay.
They don't like simply not letting somebody leave is kidnapping.
Nah, not
you know what I mean? It's you're hindering somebody from movement. So there's a lot of shit out there. I always tell these dudes, man, do your homework, man, before you get out there and get to doing the stupid shit.
Exactly.
Why don't you plug the people with your social media links?
Oh, my social media link is Garchild, G-A-R, Child, C-H-I-O-D. Gar for Gardena is Child, Garchild, one word. It's my Instagram. Go holler at me. I got merch, clothes. I got all type of business adventures and things y'all can get involved in. DM me, let me know, and we can do some business, man. I'm open to all. Holler at me. Get with me.
Man, I really appreciate the time, man, that you gave us for the interview and really spreading these jewels, man, because it's hard to find good brothers out there that are giving back, man, and you are you're a role model. You know what I mean, for other youngsters out there, that think that they doing something, man, because you changed your life, man, and I really commend you on that. I appreciate you, man, with this interview, homie.
For sure, homie.
And thanks for the time, man.
All the time.
Yeah,
man.
much love, man.
Much love, homie. All right. What's going on, man? It's Garchild from Gardena, man. I'm here with Big Hurt. Fresh out, life after the penitentiary.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.